That day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. This is Pinkie, the housewife. Yes, and I will be carrying this on 2 channels today. I'm taking it's on the road with me right now. Well, I'm not. I'm taking it on the road. Pinkie the housewife and Pink Global. So I'm on both channels today. Okay, and today is Monday. Am I right? Today is Monday. Okay. And we got a lot we're going to talk about. Okay. I want y'all to see something. My baby girl is here because when I be telling people, my baby girl, she be knowing what she be doing. She really do know what she be doing. She picked this outfit out for me today. I had on the black jacket and stuff, that black one yesterday. So today now I didn't know what I was going to put on today. And she told me, Mom, why don't you wear the red? Wear red today, the red, one of your red outfits or something. And I said, okay. Let me show you what it looks like, okay? And baby girl, come here, baby girl. Well, speak up, baby girl. Say hello, baby girl.
Hi, everyone.
Can y'all hear my baby girl? Can y'all hear my baby girl?
Hi, everyone.
Okay. Now she picked this out. Now she's going to tell you where this came from because let me see. Alice, hello, beautiful Miss Pinkie and Chad, and hope all is well with everybody. Well, my baby girl is here. Y'all just can't see her. Baby girl, tell them about this outfit that you picked out for me today.
So you actually got that outfit from the kids section, but it does fit you perfectly, and the pants are just the perfect length and fit and everything.
Right. This came from the kids department, not from the juniors or nothing. Most times juniors are too big.
Yeah.
Unless I get a 0 or 1.
Mm-hmm.
And this came from the kids department. Perfect length in it and everything. They're the bell bottoms, pants, the bell bottoms and everything. But she picked this out. I had the black one on. Was it yesterday?
I believe so.
Okay, the black one, just like this yesterday. Did I have on black yesterday?
I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before.
Well, I had on a black one like this, either yesterday or the day before. And I was with my husband, and we always go to the kids department because of baby Phoenix, right? I have to take care of my baby. But also near the baby section, there's the kids department. And I go in the kids department all the time just to find pants or shirts and stuff. And some of the stuff I buy for kids, I buy for Omani, Black Titanic's grandbaby, her granddaughter. Okay? No, not her granddaughter, her great granddaughter. It's her great granddaughter because she called me Auntie Pinkie. And when I buy for her, a lot of times I told Black Titanic I bought me the same jacket, or I bought me the same sweatsuit that I just bought her. And she's 6. She wears size 8, I think. Don't I get her size 8?
Not sure.
Okay, but anyway, y'all got to remember why I can wear size kids. I'm not that big. I'm really. I just wear a lot of clothing up under my shirts and stuff that makes me look big. So I can look like I fill my clothes out. I look like I got some meat on this bone. But anyway, this is the outfit that you chose for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. And the jacket is too big. the jacket is a little too big and everything.
Yeah, but it's supposed to give that oversized look.
It's supposed to give that oversized look. And she picked out my earrings and everything. And my lip, she's the one surprised me with this lip color that I'm wearing. She's been surprising me. And this is a, what do you call this lip?
So it's from Fenty Beauty. It's her new limited edition one to promote her movie, The Smurfs. So it's called Smurf Effect.
Okay, and I love it. Since she bought me so many of them, and every time she'd give me one every couple of days or every week, then I stopped wearing the other ones. And it's like, how you gonna keep doing this? And then she just tells me today she's gonna give me another one, limited edition. It's like, then I won't wear the other ones. Yeah, but these are my own big beautiful lips. Okay. Thank you, sweetie. I just want them to know that my look is because of you. Yeah, she good. Bye. Bye, sweetie. That's my sweetie. Okay, I did. Thank you, sweetie. That's my sweetie, guys. She's young. Oh, let me show you something before we get started, guys. I see everybody here. Thank you. I did a unboxing last night, and Mel had a live today, TikTok live today. I was there rocking and shaking with her. Yes, I were. But last night I did an unboxing, and let me just show you something on that unboxing. Let me tell you all, when did I get this? Now, Mel sends me stuff on time. I just don't open my stuff. This package been sitting on this desk for about a week or two, because I got two desks on my other desk in front of my other flower wall. So it's been sitting. This says July the 15th. And July the 15th. So y'all know, I don't know how to open package. I just ripped that sucker. I just put a hole in it and ripped it. Okay? But anyway, let me show you what I got in it. I got another shirt. Another shirt. I think, what size is this? I wear small. This is a small. Y'all know I wear small. But look how big it is going to be on me. Like all the others. But we're not going to worry about that because I'm going to wear my shirt. I'm going to put it up here. So when my daughter, and I got all of these in the mail too today. I mean, in that package. And this is one thing I want to, where's my scissors? Before we get started, I'm going to show you all this stuff, okay? Anything for my mail. I'm trying to, I don't know. I don't open stuff. I don't even open stuff when it comes to my own food. I let somebody else do that. Okay. Now, this is what I got in there. I got 5 body oils, and I need it. Last night, I used up my last body oil. Last night, I used it up. I don't have no more. Wait now. Don't let me say I don't have no more because I have not looked. I have not looked. I just know in my shower, I always keep me a body oil. I keep me a body scrub. I keep my face cleanser from Mel. I keep my face cleanser. I keep SAB shampoo and conditioner from Mel. I keep all that in my shower. I have a huge, the shower's huge, So my husband keeps his stuff on one end of the shower and I keep mine. And then don't forget the sponge. You have to have the cleaning sponge. I keep one of those in there. I threw away the one I had got from, was it Body Bath and Works or somewhere? I I'm not gonna name the store. If I name the store, y'all forget that I just said that. But I threw it away because theirs is too soft. I don't like theirs. I like males. Males, oh, I just love it. So I threw theirs away. Yeah, I had it in my shower and I threw it away one day. Okay. Family did because I just never thought about it throwing away. I just left it sitting there. This is the vegan pineapple baby body oil. I was going to say baby oil. I got 2 of these. I got 2 of them. And I swear I can't wait to use it. I swear, soon as I get off this live, I am going to put one of these in there in my shower. Okay? Well, let me just do this so I can put it over here so it can go in this thing. So when I go, and I wait there, orange purse. I got an orange purse. Orange purse. Oh, I did not know I had that. I did not know. I knew about the apple cinnamon. I knew about the apple cinnamon. I got 2 of these. So I got orange purse. I did not. And I just ordered the dual pack, a dual set. I don't know what, I know it got an oil in it. Let me see what it got in it because it should have went to my email. Let me see. It should have went to my email. I don't know what I ordered. I'm serious, guy. I'm serious. Y'all don't know. I order stuff and half the time I forget I order stuff. Okay, here it is right here. I ordered the hair growth serum. I ordered 3 of those. Because I always like, because I'm kind of low on it. So that's why I ordered 3. And I ordered a dual pack. I ordered the dual, I think it was the dual pineapple butter and oil. I think that's what I ordered. Don't ask me because I swear I can't be remembering what I ordered. Now, y'all know BT is, I'm glad to see my BT in here. BT is trying to get well. I got to get my BT ready for the for her surgery. So I need to order her a set of this stuff. So while she's laying in bed, she may not be able to lotion up. Not everybody can lotion up. I know when I was in bed with a broken pelvis, I couldn't lotion up. I couldn't lotion up to save my life. So I may have to just order her a pack, so one of these packs of oil and stuff, so she can just have our baby girl the money just to put it on her. You know, that's what I probably have to do. But don't worry, BT. Let me say hello to everybody. Hello, Linda Gamble. Linda says, support the channel by the way of super stickers or super chats. Yes. And Linda, thank you for telling me Monday. I swear I forget what the date is. Join or gift membership to the channel. Yes, y'all can do that. Y'all can do that all you want. Please be respectful to the host and the panel in the chat. Please be respectful. Welcome to the Pink House. Let's see. Happy Monday. Carlton. I think Carlton just like playing. He just like I think Carlton just like just like to get a rise out of me. But that's okay. Because he's my dude. Carlton is my dude, guys. I'm not worried about Carlton. Can't nobody do like Carlton can do to me, because anybody else I cuss about. Carlton is my dude. But I'm gonna call him King right now, because I'm gonna switch it up on you, Carlton. I'm gonna call you King today. King is in the house. King is speaking now. That's what I'm gonna do. But see, Carlton can do that. Okay? He knows. I guess he said, I'm gonna get a rise out of Pinkie today. I'm gonna get a rise out of Pinkie today. That's okay. But y'all don't do what Carlton do. Okay? Like I tell y'all can't do what I do. Okay? Yeah, thank you, Fox. Have a happy day to you. Happy Monday. Thank you for being here. Acts of kindness can change lives. I like that. Okay. Alice, thank you for being here. My voice just cracked on me. Hello, my beautiful Pinkie and chat. Hope all is well with everyone. Your daughter be hooping you up. So beautiful. You know these young folks. I don't know what. I mean, the minute I just say I'm getting ready to go live, she come running in there. And no matter what I may think I'm getting ready to wear, she start going in the closet, start pulling stuff out and telling me, no, wear this. You need to wear this color today. I said, okay. But one thing she did not do. Look, I got her white socks. She didn't lay out no alien socks for me. I was thinking about that when I was putting my socks on. I said to myself, why she didn't take out some alien socks for me? Now, if she had took that out, oh, shoot. Oh, no, y'all talking something now. Y'all be talking something now. But she didn't take them out. So I didn't say nothing. I just left it alone. Okay? Y'all just leave it alone. Let me see. That's Carlton saying hello to everybody. And that's Harriet. And this is Alice Shaw. Okay. I'm telling my daughter, you said she be hooking me up. Okay. Let me see. Black Titanic. Pinkie, Dusty Camp want Trump to pardon him, but Trump says no because he talked badly about him. Yeah. He ain't getting no pardon. He's staying right where he's at. He's going to stay right where he's at. And we're going to see him there October 3rd at 10 o'clock in the courtroom. And from there, he's going to go on to the big house. He thinks that Metropolitan Detention Center is a big house, big stone house. No, he getting ready to go to the big one where they clap them cheeks. Boom, boom, boom. They're going to be clapping them cheeks there. They're going to be waiting on that tail to come in. They're going to be watching that tail. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Linda Gamber, Harriet Fox, Alex Shaw, bless. Carlton James. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. Okay. We got to get started. We left, don't forget, yesterday we left off on the one of the newest SEX slaves for Diddy. Yes, we did. Yes, I did just say that. Oh, let me just do this. I forgot, guys. Y'all hit that like button because that's the only way I'm going to stay in the algorithm. Hit that like button. And y'all know I talked about that like button. Okay, it's free. You're not going to be charged. And subscribe to the channel because that's free too. You're not going to be charged for it. And like I said, only time somebody don't want to hit that like button, they just don't want you to succeed. That's all. But everybody that watch me, I know y'all going to hit it for me. Okay? Just do it for me. Just do it for me. Okay? I'm drinking this without a straw. Ain't got no straw around here nowhere in one of these drawers. Oh, Lord, my. I got straw first. Well, when I get this video on, I'm gonna go get me a straw because I don't like that. I want my straw. Dilly tail going to be raw. Chase. You're gonna have a Chase raw butt because they don't have no baby oil. Ooh, that butt's gonna be tore. And it's not like you can wash your butt when they get through because you only can wash your butt when you can take a shower. Not every day you can go in there and bend over and let that shower water hit that butt. You doing this here. Hit that shower. You can't do that you can't do that. And just because you got a little thing with some water in it, that unless you're gonna just have this the sink, you're gonna stick your butt up in that sink like this here. Someone put that water on that booty. Unless they do that for you. And then ain't nobody gonna want to wash their dishes up in that sink unless you put your booty down in the toilet. Just stick that booty down in the toilet like this here. Stick it down in the toilet and dust it off like that. And do this here. Because that's going to be a cranky, that's going to be a roughed up booty. That booty's going to be raw. Y'all know what raw means? Don't come up and act like y'all don't know what raw means. It's going to be raw, chased, chapped. And unless you go down to the commissary and see do they have some Vaseline down there. Say, do y'all carry Vaseline down here? Or I don't think they may have some maybe some chapstick. I don't think you're gonna get one of them big things of Vaseline unless it's one of them little small ones. And by the time you get through, because that button's gonna be chopped up for days, gonna be weeks, because everybody wants some of that, because that's a famous booty. That's gonna be a famous booty. So everybody gonna want some of that booty. So when they get out, they can say, I've had that. I tapped that booty. Yeah, that booty was good. I tapped that booty. I tapped that. Yes. That booty gonna be so toe up, he gonna end up in the hospital the same way Ursula did. Ended up in the hospital. Same way. That booty gonna be messed up. Just like he messed up everybody else's booty and they be traumatized. But they don't realize they mess with that booty. That booty gonna give you a lifelong thing that you ain't gonna ever get rid of. That means everybody that you touch, then it's gonna be like touching the Diddler booty, because that stuff coming out of his booty gonna give you a lifelong thing that you never expect to get. Just like some of these people on the outside got those lifelong things that they can't get rid of. Ask some of the stars. Do I need to type it in so y'all can let me type it in right quick. Let me just pull it up. I ain't got to say a word. I ain't got to say a word. I ain't got to say a word. I'm gonna, okay? I ain't gonna say a word. Let me just pull it up here. I'm trying to pull it up for y'all because they ain't gonna say a word. Because I ain't gonna be talking. Oh Lord. I ain't gonna be talking about it. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord. Too much is coming out. Let me pull this up on TikTok again. Ooh. Oh, I did want to talk about this, but let me just pull this up on TikTok right quick because because people be talking some mess. Okay. Okay, y'all ready for this? Because I'm not gonna say a word. I'm not talking about it. I'm just gonna do what I do. Okay, here it goes. I'm just gonna do what I do. I ain't gonna say a word because y'all didn't hear that from me. And if so, I'm covered under the what Linda Gamble put it up here for me. Let me pull it up right quick. Because I know she put it up here because I can't remember half of the time. Well, that's okay. If I'm covered by the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. That's what I just said right there. Copyright Act of 1976. Okay, here we go. Y'all,
Saucy Santana's ex just exposed exactly how he got HIV, and he's claiming it all leads back to Diddy. The internet has about Diddy's connection to Santana for a while now, but this is the first time that somebody from inside Santana's circle is actually confirming what people have been speculating for months. Now, according to Santana's ex, not only did Santana contract HIV after allegedly messing with Diddy, but he says there's hard proof of it. He pulled up with leaked medical records that show Santana's diagnosis, along with receipts connecting him directly to Diddy during that same timeline. And this is why people are saying that Diddy's investigation is getting more dangerous by the day, because every time you think it couldn't get worse, another layer comes out tying him to even more people in the industry, and now allegedly to Santana's health status. But we're about to break down this timeline, let you decide the truth and these leaked documents. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's see what this messy situation is all about, because it's got social media in shambles. The drama started when Chef D went live on TikTok with influencer Rosa, and let's just say they had a lot to say about Saucy Santana Material Girl. Now, for those of you who don't know, Chef D and Santana were rumored to have a little situation back in the day, but things fell apart after Chef D ended up serving time, and that was the end of that. But during his TikTok live, things took a turn when the conversation shifted to Saucy Santana. That's when Chef D put Rosa on the spot and asked him why he's no longer cool with Saucy Santana. And y'all, Rosa did not hold back. Saucy Santana's ex just exposed exactly how he got HIV, and he's claiming it all leads back to Diddy. The internet has been flooded with rumors about.
I remember that. I remember seeing that live. Yeah, that live took a turn for the worse. See, I tell you, I'm not saying nothing. This is part two. Let's see what part two got to say.
And I'm your biggest cheerleader. I love who loves me. Okay. I ride for who rides me. That's right. One thing that I learned about in life is because I'm older. Okay. So ain't no put me up on no game when I'm older.
He said I'm 30, but I look 21.
No, I'm 39, but I look 29.
21. Okay.
When you with me, I don't give weird energy. Not to that I love. You know what I'm saying? Not to people that I fuck with. But when be giving everybody weird energy, you gotta look in the mirror and say, you're the problem. If everybody around you is having the same story, baby, they're not the problem. You're the problem. If you my friend, be my friend. But don't be weird and pick and choose when you want to be a friend. That's where I'm at. So I'm into a season where I'm keeping the same energy with everybody.
It's just TikTok. It's not genuine.
No, it's not a TikTok. It's called a characteristic flaw. People have those. And when you see a with a characteristic flaw, you got to know them for who they are and where they are in life.
Now, as you can hear, Rosa has plenty to get off his chest. Now, we all know that Santana isn't the type to stay quiet when folks start talking about him. So, of course, he popped into the live and told them to say whatever they had to say directly to him.
What is the interview about?
said what?
Start here. What is this interview about?
You said what?
Those that don't hide from the camera, you too. What is interview? What is interview about?
Talking about him getting out of jail.
That's not what y'all talking about. That's not what y'all talking about. It's about
We
me.
were talking about everything.
Let me just say this. Saucy Santana's boyfriend said that he never slept with Saucy Santana because Saucy Santana got that nasty disease. And he thinks and he claimed that he got that nasty disease from the Diddler. I didn't say that. I'm just telling you what I heard. You didn't hear that from me. I'm just telling you what I heard. So therefore, you didn't hear it from me. I'm just telling you what I heard. Okay? And they say that girl got it too. The pimp girl. The madam girl. The girl that go find women for the Diddler. That pimp them out. And book them to fly in. And do his fly cross state lines with his drugs on the jet. I ain't calling no names. Because Saucy Santana used to be her friend. They used to be good like that. But she pimped him out for the Diddler. That's all I'm saying. Why would you pimp another man out for your man? Do that make any sense? Because that was part of her $250,000 a month salary.
You should want to be coming not listen to what your girlfriend saying.
This to be about D getting out of jail.
It is about he getting out of jail.
And him rebranding. Well, instead of him rebranding, y'all talking about says him.
Remember, you
Instead of him rebranding, y'all talking
don't
about
be
me.
attached to nothing. So it's
That's
the
what y'all
reason that we.
Let me tell you, Santana did not waste time clapping back at all. The material girl called Chef D out saying he's a liar and only looking for attention.
And D's a clown too. Why the you sitting on the thing making a live about me? I just called his sister today. D's supposed to got out. When D first got out, who the first person he called? Me. When nobody wasn't supposed to know he was out yet.
And I
See? Didn't I tell you? They be clowning. They be clowning. They be clowning. Okay. Yes, they do. They be clowning. We're going to get to it.
Know what it is and we can figure it out. And if we can't figure it out, rules, but don't lie about it. Don't lie about me. That's fair. Don't love on me. Don't deceive me. You know?
Young Miami didn't keep things for long. She started pointing fingers, and the main one was aimed straight at Diddy. Now, she didn't use his name directly in the beginning, but fans knew exactly who she was talking about. She accused a powerful man who she dated, who showered her with gifts, who had her on jets and red carpets, of knowingly infecting her. She said she felt used. And here's where it gets real. She hinted that she wasn't the only one, that this man had been reckless with multiple women, that he had been hiding something major. Now, people have been talking about Diddy's health for years. They noticed his weight changes, how he looked frail in certain photos, how he was in and out of the hospital, but never gave details. Some just thought it was stress or that he was dealing with private medical issues. But now that narrative's shifting. There's even talk of a leaked prison medical record. Supposedly, during one of those sealed investigations into Diddy's alleged criminal activity, someone found documents suggesting he tested HIV positive. Again,
Remember, they're talking about when he was in the popo, while he was in the popo at the MDC. Remember when he went to the hospital? That's what they're talking about. I didn't say that. I'm just telling you what they're talking about. It didn't come from me. That, they run tests on you. They always want to come and get some blood. 2 and 5 and 10, 20 tubes of blood from you. Yeah, they do that on everybody.
Again, nothing has been officially confirmed, but these rumors aren't coming from thin air. And young Miami, she's not acting like someone bitter over a breakup. She's acting like someone hurt and ready to take everyone down with her. And then the internet did what it does best. And y'all, guess whose name popped up? Eazy-E. So there's this long-standing rumor about Eazy-E, the legendary rapper who passed away from complications related to AIDS. Fans always felt something wasn't right about how quick he went, especially back in the 90s when treatment wasn't what it is now. But his decline was unusually fast. Now, here's where things get wild. Some fans believe that Diddy and Eazy-E had a hidden relationship back in the day. Yeah, that kind of relationship. And some folks think that might have been how Diddy contracted HIV in the first place. The theory doesn't stop there. Kim Porter's longtime partner and the mother of 3 of his kids also passed away from sudden pneumonia. Fans are starting to connect the pattern. First Eazy-E, then Kim.
They also said that in her records, autopsy, that it was the same thing in her autopsy report. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Porter, now rumors about young Miami, and they're all tied to one person, Diddy. And let's talk about Biggie for a second. There's this old clip of Biggie reacting to Kim's death, looking completely shattered. But Diddy, he looked unbothered. Fans noticed that too. Some even think he knew exactly what happened and it wasn't just a random illness. But it gets even more messy because young Miami dropped a whole list of names.
I just think things are better when it's private. Yeah. I think people really make up and they like, know what it is and we can figure it out. And if we can't figure it out.
Okay. But guys, y'all see what I'm talking about? And that wasn't the only one. I had a whole list of them one day. And see, it's called Follow the Money. Because all of these people had the money. Let me see. Y'all just don't know how deep and low this thing go. This thing go deep and low. Let me just do this right quick. Okay, now let's go ahead and get on to some of the other stuff. I just wanted to show you that. Yes, I did. I just wanted to show you that. Okay, make sure y'all hit that like button coming in, because without that like button, it's hard to do anything else. The like button keeps me. It's like a inner tube in the middle of the ocean, and I need that inner tube in the middle of that ocean. Yeah. I need it. I need that to stay afloat. Okay. Hi, Liz. Thank you for coming in, Liz. Queen Liz. Let me see. Queen is speaking with everybody. Okay. Let me go ahead and get some of this other stuff out and ready for us so we can get the popping. I'm just trying to get things. Oh, Lord. No, that's the wrong thing. That's not what I'm looking for. Y'all have to excuse me. I be trying. Sometimes I'm just so happy to be doing something. I be overly doing it. Okay. Okay. Let me hit this button here. And word has been going around all over town about the alleged contracting of the you know what. Yeah, been is everywhere. Everywhere. Y'all got to remember when these women came out and sued him for you know what. Let me I'm just trying to. While I do that, let me go ahead and do this. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to put something up in front of it. This is 3 minutes and 12 seconds. I'm going to put something up in front of it because, and this is 13 hours ago. This is from today. Because he's not the only one. Other people have been asking the same thing about the Diddler. Okay? This is from today. He's going back and bringing us back to today. Okay? This is today. Okay? So I want you all to listen to it, but I have to put something up in front of it because this is from TMZ. And TMZ, I'm not taking no chances because although I'm subscribed to TMZ, I don't take no chances. Now, I wouldn't do this from just a normal content creator. I don't do that. I ain't fooling with that. I'm fooling with their stuff. But this is straight from, do I want to do that one? Or do I want to do this one here? Because those are all the dirty people. Or do I just want to do one, just him by himself, like that? And then put me over to the side like here. I could do that. Or just do this here because we're going to be talking about him anyway. So, okay. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and let it play. Okay. Okay. I'm going to, and this is stuff from today, 15 hours ago. Okay. So y'all just going to have to listen and listen good. Okay. When I want to take it down and talk to you, I do it like that. All right. So here we go. Make sure I get it all the way to the beginning.
Prosecutors have thrown the book at him, among other things.
This is TMZ. Okay. This is Harvey.
He has been charged with racketeering, kidnapping, and sex trafficking. This is all based on a grand jury indictment where prosecutors went to the grand jury over a period of months. Now, there is a long list here. He's charged with prostitution, coercion, enticing to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. The complaint, the indictment, mentions the now notorious freak-off parties, calling them, and this is the words from the indictment, elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. It talks about luring women, Combs luring women into his orbit under the pretense of a romantic relationship, and then using force, threats of force, and coercion to cause these victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers. There is more. After these freak-offs, the indictment says that Combs and the victims actually received IV fluids to recover from what they call physical exertion and drug use. As for the kidnapping allegations, unclear what they are. They just reference them, as do arson and several other crimes, but they say they were committed in California. Now, as for drug use, the indictment says there was an intent to distribute narcotics, which include cocaine, oxycodone, Xanax, GHB, which is the date rape drug, MDMA, and ketamine. It goes on to say that during the raids of his homes in Beverly Hills and Miami, they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, suggesting this was part of the freak-offs. They also found 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers and drum magazines. There is also a clear reference to the Cassie video, the video where Diddy brutalized Cassie at the Century City Hotel. They talk about assaulting a woman by striking, punching, dragging her in March of 2016, clearly Cassie. And they say that after the indictments in 2023, Diddy tried to pressure witnesses not to cooperate with authorities. If he is convicted, he faces decades behind bars. His lawyer says that Diddy is not only not guilty, he is innocent. As I speak right now, he is about to go into federal court to hear the charges and answer. He is expected to plead not guilty. He has surrendered his passport, and it appears he is trying to get bail. Prosecutors have thrown the book at him. Among other things, he has been charged with racketeering, kidnapping, and sex trafficking. This is all based on a grand jury indictment where prosecutors went to the grand jury over a period of months. Now, there is a long list here. He's charged with prostitution, coercion, enticing to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. The complaint, the indictment, mentions the now notorious freak-off parties, calling them, and this is the words from the indictment, elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. It talks about luring women, Combs luring women into his orbit under the pretense of a romantic relationship, and then using force.
That part, he's just repeating it over. When he heard that part, okay. Diddy, 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 the diddy, diddy, diddy. Okay. Yes. Now, this is from 15 hours ago. He's just going over everything because Diddy got more problems. More problems, more problems. Diddy is almost like going to be broke if he don't seem like he's getting ready to get broke. Not broke, but broke. Okay? Yes, he is. And y'all know how I love to do my inner city press, because inner city press tells you everything. Tells you everything. Okay? Y'all know I can't do nothing without inner city press. Right? Let me just do something so I won't forget. I have to do this. Otherwise, I will forget. Okay. Let me see. There we go. And let me get rid of the one I just got through hearing about TMZ. Okay. And that information will be down in my description box below my video. Now, Diddy got more problems. He got more problems. There's another slave that came out. And we was watching it yesterday, and it was getting hot and heavy. But I had to end my life. It was time for me to end my life during that time, right? So we're going to continue with watching where we left off at, because I wrote it down where we left off at. I wrote it down on my new notebook. You know, I always got to have a new notebook. I wrote it down. Let me see what happened. We left off at 15. I left off at 15 minutes and 39 seconds within that video. And the new slave, his name is Sean Deering. Yeah. He's a cute little, he ain't little. He's a cute big man. He's cute. And out of all those men, he's the one that gave Cassie more respect than all of them to me. So we're going to finish watching that one. And he said that he's supposed to have been at that hotel that night that Diddy beat, stomped, and dragged her. He was supposed to be there, and he'll tell you why, what happened, what caused him to not be there. Okay, so you're going to hear that. Okay, so let's hear what Inner City Press got to say, because he keeps us up on everything that's going on. That's Diddy wise, Diddy fight. This is Inner City Press. Okay, every day I try to at least give you an Inner City Press from Max. Yes, I do. That's what I do. Y'all ready? The letter from Gina. Diddy, letter from Gina. Diddy, you got a letter from Gina? I'm just asking a question. When did you get a letter from Gina?
Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Monday, August 4th, 2025. We're waiting for the Roman Storm jury verdict. It could have been last week, Thursday, but it wasn't. They asked some questions. But first, Sean Combs, yesterday, Sunday, filed in further support of his request to be released on bail pending his October 3rd sentencing. And surprise, surprise, although there's some redactions as to why and what for, there's a letter from Gina, the victim who did not appear at trial, that the government thought that she would, and then she didn't. And now she's written in and said, you know, things happened, but she doesn't think he's a danger and he should be released on bail. There's a lot of discussion online about that, but there it is. It's in. So we'll see what Judge Subramanian, he's asked the government to unredact its filing about other threats of violence between, I guess, 2008 and 2014. So there's that. Now, what else? What else do we have? Again, Roman Storm. It's a big one, and we're waiting on the jury. We put out a song. You can read it, listen to it. Book 2 is ready to go. It's a big deal one way or another. The question is whether a software developer that designs an immutable contract, this is one way to present it, can be held responsible for North Korea subsequently using it and be said to have conspired to violate IEPA. They say it differently. They say that he profited from his torn tokens, and so he had an incentive. But the immutability seems to be a pretty big issue here. And there's also the issue of whether they could threaten to go after the investors in the company. They sealed that, but we sought to unseal it. So there's that. On the Eric Adams beat, while his case was dropped, Erkan, a Turkish businessman who pled guilty to being a bagman, he's still going to be a felon apparently, and he's asked for probation when he's sentenced, which seems only fair. But we'll just have to see what he gets. On a bank legal front, Flagstar, which acquired New York Community Bank, well, the former CEO, it's not a criminal case, it's a civil case, but it's pretty nasty. They are alleging essentially violations of the banking laws. There was something about somebody sitting on somebody's lap and junior partners in a major meeting with major law firms, but there was also the idea of tipping the target of a money laundering investigation or financial impropriety investigation about a gambling problem. Where are the regulators? That's the question. They approved the merger. I don't know. Do they track these civil suits? What's happening? We need to know. Now, on the UN front, we also cover the United Nations, and we've written a scoop over the weekend. And the scoop is as follows. Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General, has a program called UN 80. He calls it UN reform, but it's basically a response or sort of threatened response to funding cuts. But here's the thing. Out in the field, and they should know this because we've asked them about it. Out in the field, number one, the staff complains that the fat cats, many of them there's a guy who's in charge of the mission in South Sudan who hasn't been in the country in months. He's not a bad guy, but there's been no answer as to why that is and why that's acceptable. But apparently, according to the whistleblowers, and we're more than happy to publish any response by the UN, but all they do is handpick the people that ask them softball questions and not answer written questions, which they promised to answer. The written question is, what is their response to UN staff, whistleblowers, allegations with details, with names, pay to play, people having to pay bribes to keep their largely US funded jobs with the UN. Pay to play. It's a pyramid scheme. And who's at the top of the pyramid? Ask yourself. Antonio Guterres had Inner City Press banned from the UN until now, and we're not accepting it. It looks like the new U.S. ambassador was not confirmed. And will it be a recess appointment? Or will the rule change this in September? In any case, we're going in for the Roman Storm jury watch. A new week begins. Inner City Press, to be continued.
Okay, guys. Okay. That is Inner City Press. Hello. Let me see. I got two people. Hey, Terry, thank you for coming in. Terry, thank you for being here. Let me see. Terry came in. Sweet Tea already been here. And then we have Deborah that came in. Why isn't she getting some form of restitution from Diddy? Or are they doing that? Beats me. I have no idea. Because nobody know what's going on. Diddy don't even know what he's doing himself. Okay? Only thing Diddy is trying to do is pay to get out of jail. You know, like if you're on a monopoly board and you want to pay to get out, that's what he's doing. He's trying to hit up everybody to get him out. And if the Orange Man himself get him out, that lets you know Orange Man himself and him, they play at the same playground, just like Epstein played at the same playground. Yeah. Thank you. Pink Glover is my second channel. Thank you. We're casting from both channels today. Wasn't the one they was looking for? Yeah, I still am waiting to see if KK going to be charged. Hey, you know this is some foolery. You know that's some foolery. KK knows everything. KK knows everything. She's part of that racketeering. Oh, wait now. There's a update. Oh, they're getting ready to do an update right now. Let me get to it right quick. Let me see, can I find it right quick, guys? Give me a ball and a chain. I'm gonna hunt it down right now. Let me see. Is it on? Okay, wait. Oh shoot. News from where? Jail update. Give me a second, guys. Oh, okay. Let me see. Can I find it? 22 minutes ago. That's him right now talking. Let me pause it right quick and see what he's saying right quick.
This is really interesting. And this is, I think, bad news for Diddy. That not just about bail, but I think this is maybe foretelling what could happen during sentencing. So the judge has denied Diddy bail. And the judge is saying that even though this is just a pure Mann Act violation, and that's what the defense was saying is, look, this is taking a prostitute across state lines. You know, Mark Garagos has said often that it's sort of like go to the Burbank airport any Friday afternoon and see how many guys take prostitutes to Las Vegas. That's Mann Act violation. So why would you hold somebody without bail for that? So the judge is saying, look, that may be a point, but this is different because in this case, there was evidence of fraud, duress, and coercion, fraud, force, and coercion. And the reason that's so significant is the jury didn't buy the argument beyond a reasonable doubt, but that doesn't mean they didn't believe it. It could be that the jury felt there probably was some kind of fraud, there probably was some kind of force, probably some kind of coercion, but not enough to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. And whatever the jury is thinking, and maybe they were mixed, because we spoke with an alternate juror who felt that he was innocent, essentially. But a lot of jurors may have felt differently, that there was evidence, just not enough. Well, that's the way the judge seems to feel, that the judge said there was evidence of fraud, duress, coercion, force, and that's not going to be good for his sentencing because the judge has some discretion in sentencing. I still think this sentence is not going to be what the prosecutors want, which is upwards of 4 years, that I think it's going to be closer to 2. But maybe I'm misreading this because the judge does, you know, holding him without bail for a Mann Act violation is a pretty extreme thing. The other thing, by the way, that's really interesting is the defense argued that Diddy was not safe in the facility he's in right now, which is another reason they wanted house arrest. So the judge mentioned in his ruling that there was a threat against Diddy. Charles, it was by an inmate? Yeah. By an inmate. According to the judge, we hadn't heard about it. Yeah, we hadn't heard about it. But still not enough to release him on house arrest. The judge has slammed that door shut, so Diddy will be in that.
Y'all saying you can't hear it when I put it on, when I pause myself out? I pause myself. And when I pause myself, you all wasn't able to hear it because Liz said no sound. You're on mute. You do you get TMZ notifications? Yes. But when I'm in my live, I don't be worrying about other people, all these different notifications when I'm live. It's too insane. They got just too into it all, way too much. No, we heard it. We can hear. The cult, etc., won't even bat an eye over any of this with Diddy and Epstein until the male victim come forward and show photos of orange men with boys. I do believe. Okay, now let me just ask you all, because when I muted myself to go get a straw for my lemonade, and while I was muted, I did not mute the audio to this video. So when I mute myself, are you all telling me the whole time I was gone for that little time until I came back and saw no sound? I can't hear it. Y'all didn't hear anything? Okay. All right. But I have to put a cover over it, guys.
At facility until October 3rd when he is sentenced. And presumably, when he's sentenced, he's going to be moved to another facility because he's not going to just get out. The judge is going to give him some time. So on October 3rd, Diddy is going to find out ultimately where he's going to go. depending on how long it is. It's going to be interesting. Do they put him in a minimum security prison, a medium security prison, or maybe maximum? I don't know. But if the judge is really looking at him as a violent guy, would he put him in a minimum security prison, even though this is a Mann Act violation? I think it's bad news for Diddy. I think this is an indication that the sentence is not going to be the lightest, and that the prison he goes to is probably not going to be a minimum security one, which is probably what he hoped for. Okay, we are going to now do our TMZ live show because we have to redo it, because when we did it earlier in the day, we didn't know what the decision was. Yeah. Now we do. So Jackson, let's come over and let's do our TMZ live.
Show within the show.
Got it.
Now they're getting ready to do their TMZ show.
Yeah,
Reagan, go ahead.
And we're not going to mention, we don't have to mention the woman now because she's irrelevant.
I don't know. That's fine. We can leave it out. That's exactly what I was going to ask you about, because I think there's a typo in the first pullout.
Like,
but if we're not going to do it, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. The only thing is, what I wanted to add there was that even though the jury didn't believe there was proof beyond a reasonable doubt of violence.
No, this is exactly. I just said this, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the high road. I'm not going to spike the football on you.
What?
That I said this last week. I said, just because the jury didn't convict him of sex trafficking, doesn't mean that they didn't, that there was still violence.
Oh no, I said. What are you talking about?
Here we go. Now what you did say.
The Cassie video. The Cassie video. No, what I said was they didn't find guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. They acquitted
trafficking.
Correct. But that's the element of fraud.
Means that there was no violence.
No,
but they didn't believe there was violence. They
Beyond
believed there was violence without believing that he was trafficking.
I know that, but what I said was they acquitted him on
sex trafficking.
Sex trafficking. You need to prove force, coercion, or fraud. You have to prove one of those three things.
And they
did not do it beyond a reasonable doubt.
I agree. They were not. What they said was, what the jury said is, they were not. They, meaning Jane and Cassie, were not forced or coerced into this.
They didn't say that. They said there wasn't proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
Correct. My point is,
they can still find force, just not sex trafficking by force.
Right. That's why the judge
so they
saying
can
you're
find
a
force even beyond a reasonable doubt. They could say he acted violently. Of course he did.
No. I just disagree with you. I disagree with you.
How?
Because every time the prosecution brought up the force and everything else, they were trying to do it in connection with the freak-offs. And what I'm saying to you is that the jury did not believe there was enough proof beyond a reasonable doubt. That doesn't mean they didn't.
For sex trafficking, not for force.
There's no crime of force.
There's no
force is part of sex trafficking.
We're talking about two different things. There's force, and then there's just violence, right? So,
well, we see the 2016 video. We know there was violence.
And beyond that, Jane saying that he testifying in great detail about him beating the shit out of her last year.
I know, but they weren't doing that for the purpose of bail. They were doing it to convict them on sex trafficking.
I agree with you, but my point is, clearly the judge is still looking at all that stuff and saying, here's a violent guy. I'm not letting you out. I know you weren't convicted of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion.
Because
but you're a violent guy, so I'm not letting you out.
The bail analysis has nothing to do with the conviction. Nothing.
Right.
It's only, are you dangerous?
And in fact, what I'm saying to you is in there and saying that just because this is how I'm feeling about bail, it will not impact sentencing necessarily. What is the sentence?
Yeah, he did say that. He said the court offers no view as to how the party's argument about the evidence will cash out for purposes of sentencing.
Right.
But you're
the judge has discretion.
Of course.
And the question is, does he give him the light? Does he give him the medium? Or does he throw the book at him?
Absolutely. But saying don't read into
this decision, which is a separate analysis from my sentence.
I understand that.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
It's still bad news for Diddy in that.
I would agree with you.
But hold on. The point that I'm making before we start the show is that the jury didn't believe that any of the sex trafficking proved where there was proof of force, fraud, or coercion beyond a reasonable doubt. Correct. That doesn't mean there wasn't evidence of it. And so in a civil case, maybe he'd lose that. Right. But there was some evidence, and the jury may have said, yeah, I kind of think he did it, but I don't have proof beyond a reasonable doubt. I have a nagging doubt.
Yes.
The judge can look at that and say there was evidence.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't beyond a reasonable doubt.
He's not going to convict him.
For the purpose of bail. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Yes, which is what I said last week, but it's all right.
No, it's not.
It's like 100%.
No, it's not.
It is.
I said they didn't prove.
You said. I'm telling you what I said.
No, they didn't
so don't
prove.
try to tell me what I said.
Well, hold on. True, that didn't prove force, fraud, or coercion.
That is correct.
In the sex trafficking. Correct. That's all they did. That was the only thing the jury did. Correct. Okay. That doesn't. I mean, O.J. Simpson was convicted. O.J. Simpson was acquitted of murder.
Forget about the jury. All I'm telling you is that you kept leaning on. Well, the jury didn't convict him on that, so the judge can't use that in his estimation in trying to decide bail. Yeah. And I said, yes, he can, because there was evidence, there was testimony that the judge certainly heard. There's video that we all saw, and the judge clearly can say, Yeah, I know he wasn't convicted on this of forced fraud or coercion and sex trafficking, but I have seen enough to believe that this is a violent, and also I have heard it from his own attorneys, and so I got to weigh that in whether or not I let him out.
Now, let me just say this, guys, that the judge has his discretion on what he can do. Although the jurors are convicted of 2 charges, okay? He didn't get the severe ones, racketeering, this and that. He got convicted of the Mann Act, right? But the judge saw enough and heard enough, so he can still weigh in on what he believes and what he feels and thinks. He has a right to that, because just like Diddy thought he had a right to try to run that courtroom, the judge have a right to his discretion. So the judge may say, you still ain't getting out. And he ain't getting out. The judge may say, although they suggested your defense and the prosecution suggest these amount of years, but I'm going to give you this. Because everybody out, and your attorney and everybody already, and I've seen enough video and I've seen you in action and heard enough that you're a very violent person. So, just saying. So, Harvey, we outruling you on this one, but I love you. Woo. Tell me, what do you all think? What do you all think? I want to hear your opinions on this, your comments on this. What side are you leaning on, or how do you feel? I know I got somebody in the chat that can talk. Come on. I mean, go ahead and get it started.
I'm missing what the jury said.
Well, no, Jamie, I got to say,
he's dismissing what the jury said.
I kind of have the same argument that Jamie does.
It's a wrong argument.
I think Jamie's got a point, because
that's a state charge.
Where did they want to put him? Where did they want to put him?
What do you mean?
Where was he going to go if he got out on bail?
To Miami.
Yeah. Where?
His home in Star Island.
And would he be locked in his home?
Correct.
Yeah.
What's the violence issue?
Right.
Wait now. If he got out of jail, he's right about that. Where are they going to put him? Where are they going to put him? When you get out on bail, you can't just go to any state and stay. Diddy want to be able to travel. He wants to be able to travel from Miami to New York to LA. He wants to be able to go everywhere. 3 places. If my understanding is correct, when you out on bail, you get one location to be at. Now, why is it special circumstances for Diddy to be able to go to pick a home? And most times it's in the state where you're being let out of. You got to stay or wherever that home is. I don't care whether you got 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 homes. You pick a place. Because otherwise, you just running them up. You just running shit. Pick a home. Are you going to stay at the Miami home? Okay, we got you at the Miami home. Are you going to stay in New York? Okay, we got you there. But you can't then be going to Miami. You can't be going to Florida. You can't be going, going to LA. You can't be going to all these different places. Just because you did it. And you got your own plane. Pick a place. That's right. Well, ladies and the rugs and the drugs and pull up at any time. He wants to be able to go and have his fun. He still wants to be able to have his free calls. And if I was a judge, I've been letting them know, oh no, you can't be in the presence of all these different women. Can't have no baby oil. You get caught with the baby oil or Estroglide, and having a freak off, you're back in jail. Just like you do as a pedderfoot. That pedderfoot can't watch, can't have internet. That pedderfoot can't be around a school or near a school. That pedder cannot be around kids and stuff. So why can't we have rules for him? Just because he got money, we still need rules. He still need rules. He wants to stay at the Miami home. Well, he stay at the Miami home and forget about the rest of them. He can Skype whoever's at the LA home. He can Skype whoever's in New York, just like everybody else do. He should get the maximum because he's going to retaliate. Yes, he is. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. Queen Liz, you actually made me giggle out loud. I'm going with the judge. I'm going with the judge too. And Harvey is just, I don't know. Harvey, I disagree with you. I love you though. Out of love, but I disagree. Okay, here we go, guys.
Because he doesn't respect law enforcement. According to, he's a man of unbelievable means.
Right, he is correct. Diddy do not respect law enforcement. He do not. You said right there. He do not respect law enforcement, and he's a man of unbelievable means. He got all this money. He got jets. He got planes. He got this. He got that. He can be anywhere. He don't respect nobody and think he's gonna have a bodyguard. Bodyguards then, and they let him beat the crap out of women, stop women, abuse women, and they just stood there like this here, some shit. Let me put my shoes on, and they just stood there like this here. Let me pretend like I'm a bodyguard. Just stood there like this here. You know, bodyguards have their legs open like this here. Wait. Or they just standing there like this here. You hardly ever see them standing like that. They be standing there like big and bad. Because when you do this, it makes your shoulders rise and make you look like you big and big. So they stand there like this. So their shoulders can look big and they look big and wide. Like they mean. And don't crack a snap. If they can let this man, let me pull this up, son. If they can let this man abuse all these women in front of them, stop, kick them, pull them back here and do all that, what the hell are they gonna do? Somebody help me. Somebody help me with this here. Because this shit ain't making no damn sense. It ain't making a foot of sense. He needs to go straight from the DMC straight to the prison house. Straight there. Don't even stop and pass go. You don't need to pass go. You don't need, just keep going. Tell that van waiting on you. The van that they put up, pick up every other prisoner. No different. You get the same damn van. And I'm tired of this shit. I remember years back when Diddy was in question about Tupac and Notorious Big. Remember? Yes, I do. He could retaliate on a really bad level. Now, yeah, you know this coming September, next month, on the 16th, he would have been locked up for 1 whole year. You think he ain't pissed? He pissed as a mother. This man is pissed as a mother. Not a mother like a mother effer. A mother effer. That's what I'm trying to say. He and Trump are dreadful men, in my opinion. They ain't nothing but, ooh, Lord. They the kind of people I would throw my shoe at. Throw shoe at? You know, in some countries, when you throw a shoe at a person, that means you disrespect them. They ain't nothing but trash. And I throw my shoe at them. Did you see the interview with Trump first wife saying how he beat? Yes. Oh, yes. And RAP her? Yes. He just took it. Just because Marla Maples then came out. Yeah. And then he buried the first wife at the golf course. And it looks like colored weeds. It's not being kept. He put her at the golf course just so he can save some money and not have to pay taxes and ish. And nobody goes out there. It's not being fenced off or nothing. It be walked on, grass, everything. Covered up. It looks like a poor person's funeral. Because he was pissed at him. Because she wrote that book. And I'm glad she did. I screamed at the computer, phone, and TV when I heard that crap. Ooh, Lord. Y'all, that's a dirty man. That's a dirty man. And I got some stuff that if I tell you today, I'm going to pull that case up so I can read it to you. That case showing that there was a 13-year-old girl. 13-year-old girl. Not 15, 18, 13-year-old girl, and they knew she was 13 years old. Tied up to the bed and SA. And slapped and punched and hit. And was told, if you say anything about this, I will unalive your whole family and you too. Because we are very powerful men. I ain't saying no names because y'all should know who I'm talking about. And I'm going to bring that case up because I got the case number right in my phone. I'm going to bring that ish up so we can go over it. And not just that, she was being kidnapped. Stayed there. She couldn't leave. Kidnapped for days. Y'all know I wouldn't say shit if it wasn't true. Trying to pull my house shoes off. Y'all know I wouldn't say shit if I don't have no evidence or no proof or some writing, something from the courts. Y'all know I don't say shit but I'll get into it because that's why I ain't calling no names. That's why 2 Mr. John Doe, one is a John Doe and one is a John Michael. John Doe Michael. Yeah, kidnapped this young 13-year-old girl and used her for pleasure. And then one got mad at the other because he said, and slapped and beat the girl because he said, I wanted to be the first one to take your virginity. What the hell to do with that? When she was being RAPE by another creep. Get me off the creep. Don't get mad at her. Because she said no the whole time. Let me see. Did you see the interview with Trump's first wife? Yes, I did. I showed it. I watched that whole interview. Yeah, he got the stuff buried like I think. Yes, he did. That's why he don't want that. That's why he don't want those Epstein files to come out. Because you can only black out a name so many times. You see what I'm saying? You can only black out a name so many times. But even if you black out the name, you're still going to get all the stuff that was happening. Like, I forced myself on her. I slapped her. I went in through the back. Oh, yeah. The other man went in through the front and the back. He wanted to get the virginity first. So instead, he went in through the back so he can get that one. Ain't that some crap? She was cremated quickly. Very suspicious, yeah. And casted. Why? Weight only 900 pounds. There's other crop under the small remains. Can extinguish the casket as Trump. But ha ha ha. In as New Jersey Attorney General last WK. Yeah. Sorry, I had to take a phone call. That's okay. Let me get this here back on started because this is a mess. This gets you under the collar. This gets you pissed off. This, y'all have to excuse me. I get pissed off.
Wait a minute. Okay. Hold on, stop. You're rolling your eyes at why don't we save this for the show?
Where is this guy?
That's what we're gonna get.
He walks out of his house.
You just set him up. Okay, so this was
You're gonna set him up.
Now we've riled up everybody. So now we're gonna do
Yeah,
our
you
show.
got us riled up.
Welcome to TMZ Live, everybody. No, light. Light. I like some light on myself anyway.
Should I tell the story about my phone call on this thing?
No.
He said he likes some light on.
That could be. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, and you guys can jump in. Just give us a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Here we go. Oh, the front, right. Okay, here we go. Welcome. Hold on 1 second. We probably should try to use that Trump sound. Otherwise, we're gonna have 8 minutes without. No, we should do something.
They're getting ready to
let's
do
first
the show
get into
now,
this.
because what they did at first was live. Because stuff was coming in live. Now they're getting ready to do their show, but they're in the wrong place because he normally stands up front against the wall. There's where the lights are and stuff. Now, you know, Harvey don't understand. Harvey, you don't understand. Okay, but they're getting ready to do their show now, and all this ish that y'all saw was live.
Have to do this early. This is the consequence of it. Okay, so we'll do it a little later. Here we go. Welcome to TMZ Live. Diddy is not going anywhere soon. Denied once again. Denied bail by the judge. The judge made it clear he will be in this lockup facility until October 3rd when he is sentenced. Now, the judge pointed out, and I don't know if this is to try and make Diddy feel better about it, saying that's just 60 days away. Now, easy for the judge to say, Diddy clearly did not want to spend the next 60 days in jail, but he will spend more time than the 60 days because then he gets sentenced. Right. And we don't know what the sentence is, but I think that what the judge said in his order today is bad news for Diddy. The judge said, look, I agree with the...
Let me just tell y'all, you can go on any major news outlet and hear this. Because this is today. Because Diddy was trying to get out again. Everybody been knowing that since last week. He tried to get out again by offering the $50,000 again to try to get out because he didn't want to stay in there until October the 3rd. The judge just ruled, no, you're going to stay in there until October the 3rd. Because your trial starts at 10. It's only 60 days away. Diddy is pissed. And I did that thumbnail yesterday saying Diddy is pissed. Y'all remember the thumbnail from yesterday? Diddy is pissed. Let me bring that thumbnail up. Because I'm tired of Diddy acting a fool. Trying to show his money. Diddy, people get tired of you acting crazy. Just sit yourself down somewhere and just wait your turn. Let me find that. Diddy is pissed. Where's that thumbnail? Shoot. Where's that thumbnail? He is pissed. Diddy is pissed. Shoot, Diddy, you make me mess up my life. It's somewhere in here. Because yesterday I did this here. Y'all remember this live I did yesterday? Look, let me show you. Right here, with him and Soldier Boy, and I was telling y'all how pissed he is, because Soldier Boy got locked up yesterday on weapons charges, and he was already out on bail. Boy, you crazy as nuts. Got to admit, these people, Diddy and Orange Twist, made sure to make this a web of details. So it's super hard to get to it all. It is. When I tell you, because it's just so much. You start with one thing and then there's something else. Sorry to rumble, but I live with relatives that are Republicans, and I lose my mind being quiet here. Oh, my Lord. Oh, I could understand. It's hers now. Thank you for understanding. I understand, Deborah. Oh, my Lord. Oh, I got some family members that are, but see, they white. So, but I say what I want to say, but they never say anything. They don't even want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about the orange-haired man, because they know how I feel and my voice, and I'm loud when and yeah. They don't say a word. They don't open their mouth. They don't even want to tell me who they voted for. They're afraid to tell me. They're afraid to tell me. Yeah. So if you're afraid to tell me, I know what's up.
Defense that in a normal Mann Act conviction, and the Mann Act is basically taking a prostitute across state lines, and that's it.
Right.
And normally you would grant somebody bail for something like that. But he said this case is different.
Different because there are several extenuating circumstances that have to do with violence. And the judge said, I'm not going to ignore the testimony that I heard in this case, the evidence that was seen, of course, the Cassie beating video. And the judge said that makes this a much different, this is not just a run-of-the-mill Mann Act case.
So you can look at it this way, because I get the judge's conclusion and I can understand it, but I don't necessarily agree with the way he got there, and I'll tell you why. That the judge is talking about force, fraud, or coercion, and duress. And yeah, you could argue, and I think that's probably the case, that the jury may not have found that beyond a reasonable doubt to convict him of sex trafficking, but they still may have said he probably did that. But
remember that some of that testimony involved violence that happened just a year ago.
Right.
So
maybe the jury didn't believe it. It does not matter. This analysis that the judge is conducting,
the jury may not have believed the testimony.
and that's fine. So they didn't convict him. What this doesn't matter for is the bail analysis. The bail analysis is this guy a flight risk, and is he dangerous? That matters for any type of charge. If it's a non-violent charge, let's say it's a financial fraud charge.
Derek,
you can look into the
Derek, where was he going to go if he got out on bail?
He was going to go to Miami to his gorgeous mansion.
Right, and then he could go out to restaurants and
no,
go.
Well, he wouldn't be able to go out.
Oh, right.
Now, how the hell you get a chance to go out to restaurants and stuff like that? You can't be. There's a certain amount of time that you can go out. And you got to be back at a certain amount of time. And sometimes you can't leave too far away from the residence. You see what I'm saying? So give me a break. Give me a break. Ooh, Lord. This is getting me under the collar. I'm getting pissed. What about y'all?
So your point is that there's no, if he's just in his house, then why is violence an issue?
I'll tell you why. Because
there are
this guy is
people in the house.
Well, and he's
what if he says he can't have any visitors?
Okay, where is he going?
Wait a minute. So then everyone should be released on bail as long as they're willing to do those conditions.
No, the difference.
Everyone.
No.
The
difference is but the difference is he wasn't convicted of. And I know the Mann Act has this weird phrase in it that it's a violent crime.
Right.
Yeah,
put that aside.
There was no conviction of violence in this case.
Doesn't mean that there wasn't a lot of evidence of violence in this case, even though it didn't prove that they were sex trafficked.
But that's not what's before the judge. What's before the judge is you have a conviction on 2 counts of the Mann Act, and you've had acquittals on sex trafficking and racketeering.
Correct.
So what you're left with are these 2 nonviolent crimes.
Right.
And what somebody does outside of that in their life,
Does the judge consider that for no bail?
Absolutely, he considers it.
Maybe all that comes up in sentencing. And the judge made a point in this order saying that my ruling today about bail should not, don't read into this to think that it has any bearing on sentencing.
I am so reading into it.
Yeah,
I know the judge said it,
it,
but I think this is really bad news for Diddy for two reasons. One is the sentence, that when you look at what he could get, you know, the low end is time served, but it could be a year, it could be 2 years. Prosecution wants north of 4 years. I don't think they're going to get 4, but I don't think he's going to get the minimum sentence, because I think the judge is really looking at this. That's bad news for Diddy on one count. The second reason it's bad news is, where's he going to put him? Where does he go? Does he go to a minimum security prison, a moderate one, or a maximum security prison?
Right.
If they're viewing him, and the judge is viewing him as this violent guy, I mean, which he undeniably is when you look at the Cassie video.
But and
you have the judge saying this,
but
it's going to have an impact.
Diddy has said is that he's getting treatment while he is at
not enough for the judge.
Brooklyn.
Not enough for the judge.
But he's getting that treatment at MDC Brooklyn.
Right.
So you can't let him out go sitting at home in Miami. He's not going to be getting treatment there. He's in a program.
You know, he would say, "I'll get in-home service."
Not enough. He's too risky.
I feel like this ruling, the judge dismissed what the jury said. I feel like the jury thinks this is a bullshit case. Okay, that's what I think.
I think the judge will have an opportunity to exercise their discretion in sentencing.
Right.
This is not that.
And Jamie, I don't think you can say that, because the jury has to find this beyond a reasonable doubt. And I don't think you can jump to the conclusion that all of the jurors said it's BS and that because you have to. Because O.J. Simpson was acquitted of murder in a criminal court, and he was held liable for the killings in civil court, because the standard is different. So now the question: what's Donald Trump going to do?
Right, because there was as we told you, that President Trump was considering a pardon, and in fact, the way it was told to us, the conversations between Diddy's defense and the administration involved basically, if he was denied bail, that the president would consider an immediate pardon. Something has fallen apart, I think, in those discussions between Diddy's team and Trump. Because this is what he said on a Newsmax interview.
Right. Would you consider pardoning him? I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile. We're human beings. Right. And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs,
I
it
would
sounds
say
like.
so.
Okay.
Wow.
So loyalty is everything. Hostile then to him when he was running.
I agree with you, Harvey. I think that this is bad news for Diddy all around. I mean, being denied bail, obviously October 3rd, when he's going to be sentenced, is not too far away. But if he were going to get time served, maybe bail would be on the table right now. But this is just sort of an indication from the judge that he's probably looking at a more fulsome picture of all the evidence that was shown at trial. And he is looking at maybe the evidence of violence, you know, regardless of the fact that it doesn't really play into the Mann Act convictions.
Yeah. I mean, look, he is going to be in there for 60 days. I don't think this is good news for him in terms of sentencing.
He cannot feel.
Oh, by the way, real quick, and they say that he was threatened when he was in this facility.
Right. Yeah, there was a part the judge said, because they had complained about the conditions at MDC Brooklyn. The judge said, I know it's bad, but the staff is clearly taking care of you. And he said there was an incident where another inmate threatened Diddy, and yet the staff protected him. So that's not going to be grounds to let him out either.
Bleep when Jamie said bullshit. Oh shit, let me. Oh,
can you kill Harvey's mic?
Kill my mic.
Reagan, you got the Jamie thing right. Yeah. Sorry for that language. No, so you heard, look, obviously on YouTube, Jamie saying bullshit, not a big deal, but we just have to make sure that that gets cleaned up for TV. So what do you guys think? We can't be shocked by the decision.
We did drop a poll asking them if the judge made the right decision.
And I'm guessing they
I
agree with
so
the judge's
too.
decision.
I think the
majority is
judge
yes.
made the right decision.
But it came close 57-43.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense, guys. When we talked about this earlier, it was like overwhelmingly, look, different people online, different people voting. Earlier, most people felt like he should be denied bail. But yeah, I'm not surprised by this at all. I mean, the judge had said multiple times, everything the judge said today is essentially what the judge said right after he was convicted and they tried to get him out on bail. And the judge said, look, the violence is an issue, so I'm not going to let you out. The only positive spin, if there is a positive spin here for Diddy, it's that these next 2 months that he's going to spend in jail will be time served. So whatever his sentence ends up being on October 3rd, there's 2 more months he served, and that'll be subtracted from that ultimate sentence. So I know that doesn't seem like much of a silver lining for someone who has to actually sit in MDC Brooklyn. So anything else?
I think we're good to go. I think we're also interested in who Harvey's talking to.
That's the update.
All right.
Although I will say this, Jamie, you know there's going to be another filing probably tonight where they make another argument for letting him out. Like Diddy's team has not given up. They have continually pressed the judge.
They are aggressive.
Did the judge ever? You're surprised?
Okay, guys.
No, he's just whispering, even if he did have one. You're whispering, Jamie.
I just feel like I thought his lawyers made good arguments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in those, I mean,
Yeah.
very logical, logical
they did
arguments.
the best they could with the evidence being that was out there, but also the judge has seen all that evidence. So
The judge seems to be fixated on the testimony by the victims, stating that Diddy was very violent, or that he seems to be just fixated. He refers to it in every one of his rulings in court, in open court. He goes back to it again,
which is
and
why
again.
I think Harvey is saying that he is reading into this,
Yes.
even though the judge warned, don't read into this.
Yeah.
I can understand why you'd read into it, that that's going to be in his head when he comes up with a sentence.
I really agree with Harvey on that. That this doesn't appear to be good news for Diddy in terms of the sentencing. I mean, it might get a pretty stiff sentence, because the judge seems very fixated on the violent aspects of this thing.
Right. Well, we'll find out. Cool. 60 days away. Yeah.
Okay, guys. That's it on that one. We're gonna let's jump into the Donald. We only have a few minutes left, so we're gonna jump into Maxwell. She was transferred to a minimum security prison. It's like a halfway house. It's like a resort. Where do they? I've never heard of taking a violent person like her and putting them in somewhere cushiony. I never heard of it. Make it make sense to me. I don't know. It ain't making no sense. Oh no. So Diddy is not getting out, Pinkie? No, he's standing in there until October 3rd, 10 o'clock. We'll be watching. 10 o'clock, October the 3rd. But they're trying to figure out where they're going to put him. And as soon as I hear something, judge don't want his butt to be out all over the street because he is very intimidating. He loves to intimidate people and make people afraid of him and may want to throw somebody in the water. But anyway, let's see what's going on with Donald, because Donald, they put Maxwell in a place that everybody knows. They broke all kind of laws trying to move her and put her in this place. Okay. Okay. So we're getting ready to talk about it. I'm trying to find one that's gonna oh, wait now. Okay, let me see. We're gonna go ahead and talk about this, that they put her in a place like she is the nicest person in the world. They should know better. They should know better. Let me find, but I still want to the latest on him. He's trying to talk about Russia so we can forget what he just did with Maxwell. This man is diabolical. What? This man ain't making no sense. I want to talk about the Maxwell thing. I really do. I really do. But there's other stuff coming up, and Okay, here it is right here. Here we go, guys. And it gives us just enough time. Okay. Let me go ahead and bring it up for you. It gives us just enough time before we're set and ready. Thank you, Queen Liz. I truly appreciate you saying that. No, Diddy ain't getting out. And if he get out, it's going to be chaos, in my opinion. Okay, let me go ahead and get this. Oh, ready. Let me, no, I can't until I move this down. Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and get this started so we can be out on time. Okay, this is MSNBC. The horror and outrage over y'all know what. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get on with it right now.
Surround the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Officials say Epstein associate and convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell was moved from a low-level security prison in Tennessee to a minimum security prison camp in Texas. That move, which typically requires a waiver, happened just days after Maxwell and her attorney met face-to-face with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche for 9 hours over 2 days. Meetings from which we still have no notes and a less than completely clear picture of who else was even in the room. The families of Epstein and Maxwell's victims slammed the decision, saying in a statement, quote, President Trump has sent a clear message today. Pedophiles deserve preferential treatment and their victims do not matter. For more, I want to bring in Dave Weigel, political reporter for Semaphore, and Carol Lenig, Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative reporter with The Washington Post. Thank you both for being here tonight. Carol, I'll start with you and your reaction to this new chapter in the Epstein controversy. Our colleagues Lisa Rubin and Ken Delanian reported earlier today that this was technically not allowed and it would have required a waiver to make this move happen. So how shocking to you is this move? And does it, for you as a reporter, does it make you question if a deal of some sort has been made here?
Well, I think the only conclusion we can come to is that Ghislaine Maxwell was moved to a less restrictive facility, obviously minimum security prison camp, basically a nicer kind of country club kind of location, because she agreed to sit for 2 days full of interviews. I don't think there's it looks causative. However, I will say the even stranger thing that's going on here is she's been sentenced, convicted, tried, and sentenced to 20 years in prison. And the flummoxing event is what exactly is the law enforcement purpose of re-interviewing her over certain facts about Jeffrey Epstein after those facts have been adjudicated, tried, established? What is the purpose of for any law enforcement purpose? What is it other than trying to solve a presidential political crisis? Because that's what's really, I think, in the craw of so many prosecutors and FBI agents. What is really going on here?
I want to make one correction to what I said a moment ago. I think I said Tennessee. She is being transferred from Florida to Texas. David, I guess with all of this, is Trump betraying his own brand to a certain extent here? I guess trying to get into the minds of his base for months, for years, a drumbeat asking for the uncovering of a deep state, accountability, names to be released, people to go down. And it seems like the only material development we've had over the last few weeks is a convicted sex offender moving to more plush digs. How is this going to go over with the people who wanted a reckoning?
Well, let's break down who that base is, because the Trump electorate changed in each of his 3 races, and he definitely, in 2024, added the most people who you could call anti-politics, anti-establishment, little trust in Washington, and believed that Trump was going to kick rocks over and find not just whatever information the government had, but that information was going to put some of the enemies of the anti-politics person in jail. It was going to find perfidy by all sorts of people. As soon as the administration started slow walking the files that were not, as it turned out, on Pam Bounty's desk, those sorts of people, and you see this in the podcasters who jumped on the Trump bandwagon after not supporting him before. Those people have been off of it. The people who are staying in the coalition are satisfied with a lot of the dust being thrown up by the administration on other stories, and you saw that this week, the intensity with which the administration has been looking for any documents related to the 2016 Russia investigation, the intensity with the House Republicans who have not subpoenaed Maxwell, who are looking at Joe Biden's final months in office and whether an auto pen was used. That has, in the conservative media space, that has taken over the space of the Epstein story. The Epstein story was basically nowhere on Fox this week. The Sydney Sweeney ad story took all of the airtime that would be devoted to something like that. So for much of the base, there has been an effort that they've agreed with to move on to other topics. It's those people who, and every Democrat, but also those people who took a chance on Trump because they thought he was going to reveal everything. Those are the ones who are disappointed.
Well, Carol, one other thing that we're starting to see, and this has particularly come from some of the hosts at Newsmax, is it seems sort of this groundwork being laid that Ghislaine Maxwell may in fact be a victim of sorts. Is that what the reporting, what we know from the trial, is that what it tells us, that Ghislaine Maxwell may have been a victim in this story?
Overwhelming evidence, all sorted through by FBI agents, extensive 302s, the interviews with witnesses, the actual events that occurred in her prosecution. The overwhelming evidence is that Ghislaine Maxwell helped groom women and gather them and secure them for Epstein to have sex with or to get various sexual services from. That she was essentially a conduit through which women were acquired, young women, sometimes women that were underage, to come to his home, his island, his poolside, his mansion in New York, his mansion in Palm Beach. And so it's possible there is some element in which she has been victimized by someone, but the overwhelming evidence and the reason that she's in prison now has to do with her victimizing others.
David, it seems like with this story and so many others going on right now, Democrats have an opportunity to sort of seize the narrative, to paint a clearer picture than they've been able to paint over the last few years. Whether that's Epstein, or I know you've covered the Texas redistricting fight that's ongoing right now. How do you see the Democratic Party finding their footing and trying to figure out a fighting stance right now?
The Epstein story fell into their laps a little bit. I was talking to oversight Democrats as soon as Trump made those remarks at the cabinet meeting that he was annoyed the media kept asking, and they view this as a weakness for him, but not their main focus. Their main focus is what they see as, and they'll describe with these words, authoritarian moves by the president and by Republicans. So the Texas story is going to have repercussions for years in how Democrats campaign right now, but they're limited in what they can campaign on if maps around the country are, one, changed by redistricting, two, changed by Supreme Court order. Democrats become much more worried about Trump's threats to democracy, as they've been saying all year. The Epstein thing is just a way into that got a lot of attention.
Okay, guys. Woo! Had a heated day today, a heated live this morning. It was heated. Okay. We only have 5 minutes left and everything. And I'm trying to not go over 2 hours and everything. But this was heated. We never did finish up with the newest SEX slave. Okay, we never did finish up with that one. Okay, so we're gonna try to put him down for tomorrow. Oh, who knows? No, I'm not coming back tonight. It's 6:14. Damn. Seems like I just woke up. I just been up for a pretty. Oh my Lord. Okay, guys. I'm glad that you all was here. I'm glad that you all took part in this live to be here, to show you all support and everything. And we're going to finish up. I really want to finish that part 2 of the sex slave. Oops, I mean the SDX slave. Oh my God. I want to finish up that one, okay? But I'm trying to I've been working and been doing good and keeping my life under 2 hours. Even if it's 5 minutes before the 2 hour mark, I've been doing good and keeping it under 2 hours. Okay? That's what I've been doing. So we're going to go ahead and just try to, we're really going to work on the SDX slave tomorrow. We are. We're going to do it if we don't do nothing else. Even if we have to start with him first to make sure we get that out of the way. We'll start with him first. Get that out of the way and then talk about everything else to make sure we get that one out of the way. Okay? That's what we'll do. I'll go ahead and get it all set up so tomorrow morning it'll be ready for us. Thank you all for being here, and I appreciate it. And make sure you all go ahead and hit that like button for me. I will appreciate that. And subscribe to the channel if you don't do anything else. And guys, don't forget about my second channel, Pink Global here. We need to go ahead and get that monetized, okay? And Diddy ain't getting out. He's going to stay in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He's there right now, and he's going to be there until October the 3rd. There's no more court dates for him in between October the 3rd. He's just going to stay there. His lawyers already tried to get him out. You ain't getting out, the diddler. Ain't getting out. You're going to stay there, okay? All right. And good thing we got a chance to touch a little bit on this here orange head man. So we got a chance to talk about a little bit of everybody here. Diddy got the most conversation. We'll finish up on him, but I want to touch on the ex-slave of Diddy's, the new guy. And then we'll finish up on these monsters here, okay? On the other monsters. There they are. There they are. So, but guys, y'all know how we do it. We do it the same way we do it every time. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit. Yeah, damn, ain't that great. I don't want to go to work because my boss is a jerk.